During the episode The Jedi, Ahsoka refuses to train Grogu, but offers up one possibility for the child. Ahsoka tells Din to travel to the planet Tython, where he will find the ruins of an ancient Jedi Temple with a strong connection to the Force. Din is to place Grogu at the Seeing Stone located at the top of a mountain near this temple, and then Grogu may choose his path. Ahsoka says that if he reaches out through the Force, then a Jedi might sense that and come looking for him. But this also leads into a theory as well. So what do I think will happen regarding the child, Tython, and the possibility of a Jedi coming to find him? And at first, just a general rundown in its most basic form for what Tython is. It's a planet now back in the fold in canon, where the original Jedi Order, which is different from the Jedi we know today, began their respective religions surrounding the Force. The planet was very connected to the Force. The planet also had two moons, the Ashla and Bogan, which represented the dark and the light, and their view of balance was more aligned with the Bendu from Rebels. At least that's my own interpretation. Regardless, it's unclear if this is now the exact history of this planet. You know, we have Ahch-To now from The Last Jedi and the sequel trilogy, but we shall see what unfolds. So, when Din gets to this planet and places our green man in front of this Seeing Stone, first, I do believe that ultimately the child will choose Din as his path, specifically that of being a Mandalorian. And the reason I find that more interesting is that it harkens back to Tar Vizsla. Maybe this begins the start of a new way, if you will. And this season has peppered in a lot of ideas regarding what it really means to be a true Mandalorian. There's a lot of questioning Din and other factions of Mandalorians out there. And having one of them use the Force to a certain degree would be fascinating and very interesting. Why not Grogu? But also, beyond that interesting thematic element, I think Grogu has the same mentality as Din Djarin. Wherever he goes, I go. As Ahsoka said, Grogu sees Din as a father figure, maybe quite literally, and I don't see him choosing anybody else, any other path besides Din. Now, there is another layer to this theory. I do think Grogu will reach out through the Force and perhaps see something regarding Din and himself that causes fear, makes him afraid. Grogu reaching out could now have become the catalyst for a future conflict with the Force user without, any good intentions at all concerning Grogu. Sort of like a Sabayoth situation, if you will. Not only that, this could again lead directly to Moff Gideon somehow. And we all already know that the Razor Crest is being tracked, and the reason I find this idea compelling as a theory is that it's another one of those, would this have always happened? Or did Grogu cause it by looking into the Force? It's kind of similar, to Luke and Ben Solo in the hut. Would that have happened if Luke didn't do anything? Who knows? So while I do believe that ultimately Grogu will choose Din and not the way of the Jedi specifically, I also think that he will use the Seeing Stone, resulting in a vision of something regarding their future. And I do believe that a Force sensitive will begin tracking down the child. Now, this is really out there, but my biggest wish would be that something along the lines of like the Acolytes of the Beyond coming into play regarding the child would be amazing. But on the flip side, I also don't want this season to become too bloated with all these extra ancillary ideas and whatever. They gotta keep it tame and focused on the child and Din a little bit, so we'll see what happens. So what do you think about Grogu choosing Din over the path of a Jedi when they get the Tython? Let me know down below, I'm curious to see what you think. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing and sharing the video if you enjoyed it, and leaving a like. If you would like to support the channel, you can also visit my Patreon page linked in the description. May the Force be with you. AT-AT is signing off.